issue. I don't hear the delay yet, so hopefully it's solved.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right. So Pincus went ahead and did the explaining of what the council paid them to have you guys do. He'll also say he'll also put some input in there saying that if you can find any other information that they may be drawing from, because we do know that they're still looking for the other shards of the orb of chaos. So if we can find anything on that, let it, bring that back. Over to you guys.
Should we keep it separated from the rest of the pieces that other people might have?
Pincus would say most definitely. We don't want the orb to come together because then it could cause a world of trouble for the multiverse, because it was put together by the god Darzadan, who wanted just nothing but chaos. So it was the gods of good and neutrality decided to send a group to conquer the horde that had it and disperse it and hide the parts. So evidently this knowledge fell away. And the Dark Queen found an old tome that talked of it, and she's been using that to try to put it back together to fit her purposes, from what we believe. We're not 100% sure on who's controlling her.
Alright. I'm looking at the new guy. Haven't seen him. Basically, I'm like, Pincus. Who's the new one? Haven't seen him around. You're speaking pretty freely in front of him.
Oh, he's a new hire. We vetted him. He's all right. His name is Bandwise. He can introduce himself. He has certain talents, even though he's a hulking individual.
All right. Well, Matt, my name is Vanus. Well, as you guys will see, I'm wearing a dark hood to kind of cover my demonic features, if you will. I don't like those showing about. For my introduction, I'll keep it short, I guess. I do what I have to do, and I like making a living.
Well, we're a bit short on people today, so we probably can use all the help we can get.
I like that. In and out, very quietly. Let's see if we can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, out sounds good. So, can you help us get close again, Pincus?
The Pincus Society, that to let you know, probably the west gate of the city of Illumina is probably the quickest way to get out to the swamps that are off on the by the river.
All right. Was there, Lincoln, going back outside of the characters on this, is there multiple exits out of the city?
Yes, there is.
Excellent. Then I would honestly suggest that we go out the western gate, in case we have eyes peering through and seeing where we might be going. At least this way we can hide the fact of where we are going at this moment if they can't follow us outside the city.
Pincus is he'll leave that decision on which way you go up to you three. you're the ones that have to live or die by your decisions.
I didn't follow your logic there, Ezreal, but whatever,
We have
man.
to.
Let's
Well,
just go.
yeah. There's people in the city that might be looking. This is the first time I haven't left on our own accord. It's always been through some sort of portal.
Yes, that's what I was hoping he would help us with this time. But
It's okay. Then we'll just use a little subterfuge and head out the wrong
Right.
way and head the right way.
but west is the right way.
Oh, I thought you said east. Okay, well then we head out the east gate. Sorry.
Ah, okay, that's where the confusion came in. All right. Let's get going. I have a bit of a headache. I want to get this over with.
Okay.
Okay. Are y'all in agreement onto that?
Yep.
Okay. You'll make it to the east gate that you made it to before. No problems. People are used to seeing you guys move around the city by now. As far as that, they're not raising too much of an eyebrow over your companion that's hooded and in dark, that's with you, strictly because they know your reputation and how you've helped the council and helped the city in the past. So they're going to take the leap of faith, so to say, to believe that he's there to help also.
Cool.
And didn't Pincus send you guys, Vince and Gabe, a map earlier on in the earlier sessions?
Not me.
Not
Not
myself either. I've always had to.
Okay, I thought he did as far as that. So, but you'll have a map and like that of the general area of Illumina. I'm trying to think the best way to get it to you guys.
Screen share, maybe?
Well, I don't personally really need it. I mean, honestly,
All right.
if we know where we're kind of going, we have our characters have the map, then that's where we're
Yep.
good to go.
Yep.
All right, so off to the swamp it is, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's follow our noses.
And how's Alfie's
swamp.
nose?
What's that?
How's Alfie's nose?
Yeah, I suppose it's pretty good, eh? So we may as well let our little friend come with us this time.
You know, we're going to the swamp. You may want to carry him.
Ah, that's no problem. Just chuck him on my shoulder.
So band-wise, what are you doing? You're awful quiet over there.
I'm just kind of keeping a bit of distance, just walking behind them. I'm not really sure about these guys yet. They seem awfully contempt about this situation, and I'm more analytical. I'm just following them, just kind of trying to figure them out. But no one, and I repeat, no one will carry me.
Don't
Sure,
worry.
yeah.
You'll make it to
I hadn't considered it at all.
You'll make it to the east gate. Which way are you going to go from the east gate?
Let's see. We're gonna go out a little bit more, go into the woods, and go north, and then go west again. It was more to hide our travelings and what we might be doing, so people will look at us. We're going the east way, just so that they're like, oh, they're going east, or they might have some kind of who knows? Whoever's watching, might be watching that shouldn't be watching us.
Okay.
I mean, I honestly don't know, so I'm thinking, I don't know, a quarter of a mile down the road, and then start going north, and then come back around, and then go the right way that we need to head.
But there's plenty reason for Israel and Jonathan, or Vince's character,
Jordan.
Jordan,
Yeah.
to feel that way because 2 adventures back, when you came on back, you had evidence. You brought back evidence that said that there was a collaborator within the walls of the city with the Dark Queen, or collaborators. But so there's reason to believe that.
Yep.
All right. As you're going on up in the woods in the north, roll me a perception check.
17.
All right. If you got any on your perception, if you got anything above a 12.
Oh. Yeah, I got the same as my passive, 20.
Yep. All right. Then you'll hear some noise up ahead. It sounds like about 8 voices. If any of you speak or understand Goblin, you'll understand that. If for Jabe and Vince, you've heard. If you don't speak Goblin, you've heard this language before, even though you don't understand it from the other goblins that you've encountered.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'll put my left hand up and start. I'll put my cowl just a little bit more, tuck it in, out over my head, and duck a little bit, and point in the direction, and try to listen for how many voices that I'm kind of hearing. I know for sure 3. 2 laughing and 1 sort of kind of like being the third man out. So there might be a 4th or 5th. I'm not sure.
I'll start tying the dog to a tree.
All right. What are you doing, Sebastian?
What's happening? I'm not. You guys hear something?
Yeah, I put my finger. I don't do as loud as him. I put my fingers in my mouth, and I put my fingers up between. I'll put 2 to 5. You'll know this probably in the Thieves' Cant symbols. 2 to 5 up ahead, to the left or right, but they're right up there.
Oh, is there a tree nearby?
Oh.
We are in the forest.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll just kind of just hide behind a tree.
All right, and then I'm kind of just where I'm at, just kind of keeping watch of what's going on around me, and then kind of hear what's going on with the goblinoids.
Well, you'll pick out that there's about 8 distinct voices between them. It seems like they're that they seem a bit bothered, agitated.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm grabbing the crossbow and loading it already.
Yeah, I'll grab my short bow as well and ready an arrow.
All right, and I will.
Do any of you speak Goblin?
Nope.
Nope. Only thing I have opposite weird is Draconic.
Okay.
Only coming for me.
Infernal.
Okay. But the agitation, it would be something that you'd be akin to how you guys were talking about Pincus and the guild on the one adventure where, why'd you pull me out so soon? You know, the railing back and forth on the decisions of superiors.
Yeah.
All right. So, seeing all these hand movements, Jordan figures he can do that as well, and he's like, and you'll start to sneak forward a little bit.
Now they're a good we'll say they're a good 75 yards ahead of you.
Okay.
your choice on how if you're going to engage or avoid.
All right. Are they in the way of going to the west, or are they?
They're north of you where you guys are right now.
All right. And I'll snap my fingers like cup like 3 times. I'm trying to get just eye contact. And once I get the eye contact, I'll tell them to follow and point west. We don't need to worry about those, and we are not in the best situation to meet these ones head on at the moment.
Yeah, I get his gist, and I just release my arrow, put it back in the quiver, and I kind of just make my way towards him.
But I will make a mental note, and we can probably figure it out later where this is, and then maybe we can come back when we have a little more backup.
All right, that would be no problem. You're used to these woods here. You've been through several times. It would look not exactly the same spot that you've been attacked by them before, by their parties, but in the same general areas, like they're a patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then start kind of heading west, and then trying to be sneaky for a good while, and then we'll go back to normal pacing, or sure at least try to.
All right.
And then I'll explain that there was a lot more than I thought. There was at least 8, not between 2 and 5. So I have been wrong on numbers before, and if I kind of was hearing about 8, there may have been a lot more than that.
Yeah, I don't like those numbers.
Yeah,
So-
we're quite short on people today. It doesn't really feel good to me. Like, I like the safety in numbers we had earlier. I might actually have to be the front line today.
Well, and Pink has got us 3 right now. It's definitely something that has to be a little more secretive.
Yes.
And so let's get to finding this place where we're going to find make an outpost for the army.
Mm-hmm.
As you travel several miles to the west, you hear some crashing or breaking of limbs on the ground in the forest bed.
Of what
Okay.
on the ground?
Twigs, limbs.
Ah, yeah.
Okay.
Can I look around to see if I see any tracks and stuff?
Yeah. Roll. You got survival or nature?
Yeah, nature. 10. Just 10.
What you get?
Just 10.
You see some tracks. They seem to be several of them, but they're all over on top of each other, so it's hard to make out exactly what either of them are, either of the species tracks are.
Okay. So it's been busy.
So you hear this crashing coming closer.
All right. I'll pull out my hand crossbow and ready it.
Yeah, loading the crossbow again.
Yeah, getting out my bow again.
Just to see what's going on and kind of keep low, and following and using the crashes. I want to actually use that to stumble forward a couple feet, using the crashes up there as a distraction for my noise that I'm making where I'm at.
Okay. Get, you got athlete. You got
Acrobatics?
acrobatics. That's what it's-
All right, so that's a 15 on the die, and then acrobatics is a 6, so
Okay.
21.
All right. You don't have no problems doing the tumbling.
No, it's not tumbling, just moving with the crashes in the
Okay, my misunderstanding then. I
yeah.
thought
But
I,
it sounds like it would be the same thing. You're timing the move, so it makes good sense.
all right. But no problem. You get to where you want to get to. What's the rest?
Yeah, I'm sticking behind him a little bit, and I'm just ducking from tree to tree and looking past the trees, seeing if I can connect some sight to the sound. But I'm definitely going from like tree to tree, zigzagging behind Ezreal.
Yeah.
Alfie is getting nervous.
I'll throw him some turkey.
All right.
Which way did Elfie look?
He seems to be looking kind of straight in front of the general direction that you're going to.
Okay. All right.
And Sebastian, I think I cut you off.
Yeah, I'm just kind of. I definitely hear this, but I'm not. I have no idea about animals. I've been living in the city my whole life, so I'm really on edge, and I'm just walking behind everybody else. And I mean, practically anything would just set me to shoot this arrow off immediately. I'm so alert, and I can try to hide this, but I'm really scared.
All right. So you have a ready action, is what I'm going to take away from that.
Yep.
I thought being scared was my job.
And then we just move a little forward, trying to listen and looking up into the trees as much as we can, is trying to get better angles.
Well, yeah, you can tell that the crashes is from the forest ground.
Okay.
It's not from above you, but all the fallen branches or twigs that are on the ground, the leaf bed.
Okay. Can we besides climbing a tree, can we get a little higher ground, like maybe going to the right a little bit or left, so I can get a little bit higher ground to see if we can get a visual?
There's a slight rise, like a knoll, which is sort of off in front of you, but it's a little bit more westerly as far as that would maybe give you a better vision.
Okay. Start heading in that direction, looking in the direction of the crashes once in a while, not understanding what's crashing if nothing is actually falling. So I want to get a little higher and look.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
All right. Okay, well, it's nowhere near my 20 for passive, so that will be
13, right?
I think it's 5. It's different when I'm rolling for it. That would be 8 passive, or 8 perception.
You just get a boost on passive.
Yeah.
You see a big shadow as far as that, and it seems to be coming towards your party's way. And it's and the shape of the shadow is something that I don't believe you've seen before.
Okay. And is it gracefully flowing over the leaves, or does it look like the shadow is there and crashing and making movement in the plants?
It's there crashing and making movements in the plants. To your knowledge, almost like it's clawing the ground from time to time, looking possibly like it's looking for something to eat, like it's foraging.
Okay. As I guess it would be moving east. We'll try to keep moving west and trying to see if we can get away from it because I don't know what it is and it looks pretty big. And then try not to have it look our way as much as possible. So I'm going to try to get everybody to get down and move slowly. And
Give me a group stealth check.
okay.
Nice.
Good. And what does Sebastian get?
Oh, sweet.
All right.
So 17 for me.
All right. It doesn't seem to notice.
Oh, 20 actually. Sorry.
It doesn't seem to notice you as you move on to the west, and now you're starting to get into the into an area where the woods are thinning out.
Excellent.
So this thing just went right past this, or?
Yeah.
We went right past it.
Yeah. Nice.
And you're
Wow.
coming to the edge of the woods.
Okay.
You see a river down away from the woods, some rolling hills, and light forest to the north. Some open grassland straight ahead on the west. Off in the distance, you can see some marshy lands, and then to the south of that marsh looks like another area of forest, and then to the south, the direct south of where you can barely see the city, looks to be a swamp. From what you can see from a high rise on the edge of the southern edge of the forest.
Okay.
Where we're heading.
Yep. And pull out the map just to make sure, and then kind of identify where we're at on the clearing, and then the city, and then kind of like analyze from there which way we're heading.
All right.
Ezreal, you're gonna have to teach me some of these signs one day. You keep throwing them up.
Well, some of them are just basic military signals, but that would be no problem. I could. It takes time to learn them, but once you get used to them,
Yeah.
and I'll put
Why
up
not?
one finger and I'll say that's one. This is two. This is.
Yeah.
And I go, and it might sound redundant to explain that, but a lot of times you might need to know it.
I'm a bloody farmer, mate, but I learned how to count. You know, you have to count your livestock. So far so good. But anything else?
And I point my fingers to my eyes and I'll say, what do you think this means?
You got itchy eyes.
Like, use your eyes, watch me, or look. And if you
Yeah,
point, it's a direction, or if you watch and point me,
that makes sense.
point, watch me.
Mm,
All right, that's first lesson. We'll go more later.
Cool.
And it's sort of snickering in the background at this. Well, it's nice seeing someone else who recognizes these signals for once. It's been a while.
Mm. So, you're saying you learned that as well?
I've known them for some time. Let's keep it at that.
Hmm.
Also, throughout this, I've been kind of walking behind you guys, also to I don't know if anyone of you noticed, but I've been walking with a limp the entire time on my left leg, and it seems sort of odd, even though I'm wearing large pants. Something about my leg just seems off.
Fair enough.
Well,
Well,
as long as you keep your leg on, I'm good.
I'm, I walk with a limp myself, actually. So.
Having a limp actually helps with being sneaky because you actually can walk slower. So I that's cool. And then we'll
Right.
kind of continue on after a little bit of moment of looking and talking a little bit. Keep on to the mission on finding a good area, maybe even a stronghold already probably made. So I'll be looking above the trees, trying to find something that maybe catch my eyes that's not leafy, if you want to say, even.
That's not leafy.
Yeah, if I'm basically like a building, of a stone building, or even a cave or mellow rock, anything that doesn't look like it's actually trees itself, but once we start going down, I'm not going to be able to see over. I'm just going to try to just get a gist of, because I already know which way we want to go. I just need to see if there will send me something natural already in the area.
Probably from there, natural in the area is just some maybe some tall grass on that grassland.
Okay.
On the southwest of you.
Well, you're looking for unnatural thing, right?
The hills and the marsh and the swamp are they're in the distance. You can basically make them on out from the changes in the terrain, but
Oh, we haven't made it to the swamp. Okay, we got to get to the swamp first. Okay, never mind. I thought I'm peddling.
no,
I
you're not
thought we
getting
were.
to the woods. On
Yeah, I thought we were already
the
there.
southwest edge of the woods where you saw the river going through.
Yeah, he said, but he said something about it's inside the swamp is where he wanted. They were looking.
Yeah. We should
So yeah, I thought we
get
were
in there.
already in there. Yeah.
No, let's get that way.
Okay. Which side of the river are you going to stay on or go on to, or you going to stay
Well,
on the east side or go to the west?
oh, well, let me actually make a survival to see on the map to see where he kind of wants us to be and where the river is. So
If
let's
you,
do that.
Gabe and Vince, if you look at your Facebook,
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, but
okay.
well, huh? Oh God. Okay.
but this
What am
river
I
is
looking
running
at?
from north to south, right? So
Yes.
I can't really figure where we are then because
You're north of Illumina in the southern part of that forest.
Okay, so
right.
we went west. So that bridge that's up ahead is where's that in conjunction to where we are and where we need to be?
That's that bridge right there is the only crossing that you guys know that without doing a river fordage
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
across the river locally.
yeah, but where are we from? How far are we from that bridge?
You're probably about a mile from it. In the lower corner of the forest on the western side of that hex,
Yeah, and
that's where you guys are right at this moment.
and the little like the blue hex, is that the swamp or?
You got the the swamp. The swamp is directly south of the bridge, where you have some trees up around it.
Oh yeah.
Then you have the forest off into the other side, on the far west side of it, where the road goes
Yeah,
through.
I can see that.
And then
All right.
marshland and the woods are up on the northwest there, on that road.
Okay. Right. Let's head for the bridge.
And he was asking which side we wanted to be on.
On the west side.
Yeah, we want to be on that west side of it.
So let's head to the bridge, get to the west side, and then.
Okay.
All right. As you're going down to the bridge, there's you see a small group of dog-like creatures.
Okay.
There's about 3 of them, but they're not large. I mean, they're real small. They're more. They're not like the gnolls that you fought. They're more in line with the kobolds that you fought.
Okay.
They haven't noticed you. They seem to be kicking stones by the bridge, almost like they're on a guard duty.
Okay. And they're on the bridge, you said, and the water is right there. That's gonna make some noise.
Maybe we should go wade through the water and see if we can go unnoticed again. I like your style today.
Today. Actually, we may need to stop these if they are trying to warn somebody. We have to do this quickly and quietly, but I think if we can try to take them out, because we don't know what kind of things they're up to.
Yeah.
But this might be something we need to stop.
Without even making a comment, just get my bow out, get the arrow, and just give him a nod.
Well, all right, and I'll take a swig of wine and get my crossbow.
Get a little closer and try to be more stealthy. So
Let's roll.
All right, you'll be able to do that. I won't even have you make rolls on that because they're
No, I wasted a 20.
not paying attention.
all right. Well, I'll get as close as I possibly can, and wait for their fire to actually happen, and
Yeah,
and then
I guess I'm a shoot one then.
All right, I'll give you all the roll in this for within yourselves. You guys are going to have it. They're going to be last.
Yeah.
okay. And I'll put it in chat.
11.
That's 21 for me.
Nice.
And what? What's yours, Gabe?
Oh, I put it in the chat. Oh, 17.
17. Oh, okay. I need to open up the chat. That's what I forgot to do. That's my bad.
It's
It's
alright.
okay.
All right.
Of course, I did my good roll in initiative.
It's a good time to get
Go
it.
ahead, Sebastian. Do what you were going to do.
All right, I'll just I'll shoot at the one closest towards us, and I will let me do this.
Okay.
Oh, I don't suppose a 7, wait, and 9 would hit.
No.
No, I didn't think so.
And as they're standing there on the bridge, looking down, kicking stones, kind of muttering to each other. They hear a whiz of a bolt or was it a bolt or an arrow?
Arrow.
An arrow go on by. So the next is Gabe.
You're muted, I think.
Yeah, I was. Sorry.
That's right.
Then I'll shoot with my hand crossbow, and as soon as I do, I drop it right where it stands, and then move in.
Okay, roll a hit, Gabe.
All right, so that's going to be 18 on the die,
Okay, you hit.
and then it's going to be a D6. Okay, so I'm just double check it. Now, because we kind of lost the surprise, are we going to be adding the sneak attacks on it or no?
You guys that are rogues can add the sneak attack because this is basically the surprise round.
Okay, so that'll be
at the same time, right?
10 points of damage on my crossbow as I then move in as my bonus, a dash to them. So it'll be 30 movement plus whatever I had moved prior. So I'd say about 15. So I would say 45 movement total, unless that's way too far past them.
All right. You said 10 points.
10, yes.
All right. Describe the way that kobold expired.
All right. As I hear the fling of the bow from, I can't get his name, from Banwis, I actually will take aim and fire. As I'm fired, I basically let my hand down and let the crossbow fall, going down into a stealth, moving as fast as I could up, expecting to having to silence him, but he's basically, by the time I get there, he's already fallen from the crossbow bolt.
All right. Vince, you and Alfie.
Yes. What kind of ground are we standing on?
You're standing on pretty good ground. It's the dirt road.
Ah, yeah. All right. I'll actually get on like one knee and stabilize myself a little bit to shoot, and then I'm gonna aim for one of them, and that will go wide as well. And seeing that arrow just fly way too high, I'm gonna drop to my belly and just get like full on the floor.
Okay. Describe what Alfie's gonna do.
Probably gonna stand there and bark.
Okay, so he's gonna guard you.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're gonna take their shot, and let's see here. That's 1, 2. Okay, 3. Gabe, you'll be 1. Sebastian, 2.
Roger that.
And Vince, you'll be 3, 4. I'll re-roll 1 on there. And the other one. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Both are going to target you since you're running towards them. Does 15 and a 16 hit you, Gabe?
The 16 hits me, but not the 15. Sorry, I thought I unmuted myself.
Okay, then you take what is it? It's 4 points of damage, bludgeoning, as a sling bolt. And that brings us to the top of the order, Sebastian.
All right. With the disappointment of my last arrow, I just I ready a new one, and I Let's see. Oh, I totally miss again. Horrible. I just scared by the whole situation. I kind of just get out an arrow, and as I'm readying it, it goes off, and I'm just looking really confused. And as all of this happens, my embarrassment in front of these people and my absolute failure, my tail just pops up through my pants, which has been hidden behind my I coiled around my leg, and it kind of just gets between my legs, kind of covered in shame.
Nice.
All right, Gabe. You're up there.
All right.
You're within
I'm going-
striking range of the other two.
Oh, I am in striking range? Okay, then I'm going to move a catty corner to the left of him. And then I'm going to take my bonus action to hide. And then once I do that, I will attack. But let me do my hide here.
All right.
And I believe that's, okay, let's see. Hide should be, yes, it is 7, so it's going to be 16. It's not that great. But anyways, so.
It's a lot better than what their perception was. They rolled a critical fail.
Okay. And then I basically with that I'll pull out my rapier. So that there, and then I'll do the roll. So that'll be that's 9, 12 points of damage with the rapier.
All right. Go ahead and describe it.
All right. As I run up, I move into the left. I'm actually sliding since it's a little smaller. As I do that, I'm yanking the neck of this kobold as I slide the rapier straight through the neck, right along my face, and I just let it drop. And when it does, I basically do a quick lunge to let it fall and let it cut more on his neck and just let it drop.
I like.
Okay, and Vince and Alfie.
Yeah, I will sort of get up again, reload the crossbow, and take an aim for the one that's still standing. And that will be a 11.
Okay, the crossbow bolt comes and just dings off the armor that the last one has. It's there, and
Yep.
he's gonna shoot at you since you went ahead and got close to him. Ooh, 19 hit.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and cheap. 3 points of damage, bludgeoning.
All right.
That little ball hit you. Bullet. And that brings us up to Sebastian.
Right.
You can do it.
All right. I am sort of ready another arrow, believing in myself, and oh yes,
Yes.
definitely, I definitely hit. Will be 2 of these. Awesome. And that will be 8 damage.
All right.
Should believe. Wait. I need confirmation. Is it Gabe is within range of the one I'm shooting at? Like in a 5-foot sort of way.
Looking very hopeful there.
Oh yeah, I'm right there.
And
Oh, yes. Then that will be 8 damage.
Its attention is a lot on me. He just saw his buddy die, so his attention's on me.
yeah. All right, Gabe.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's your go.
Oh, there was 3 down. There's more?
No, that one didn't go down.
Oh, it didn't go down.
No, yeah. In
Um,
fact, you see, he seems to be reaching for something on his side.
oh, well then, I will have to stab him on his side where he's at. And actually, by doing that, I'm actually going to tumble forward because I'm kind of sliding in, so I'm going to tumble past him and try to hide. But let's do the tumble first.
All right,
That's going to be +6, so it's 23 for the tumble,
all right.
and then do hide, and that was not going to do very good. He sees me, so I'm going to do normal attack, or actually attack and then do the damage. So that's going to be 19 to hit,
Okay,
and
that hits.
that'll be 5 points of damage.
All right. And he's looking rough, but he's still there. Vince, what are you doing?
Yeah, you see me just rub my head from where the sling bullet hit. I go ah, and then just take aim again angrily. And this time, I believe I will hit.
Yes, you do. If that 16 that was up there is what you rolled,
Yeah,
you most
it
certainly
is.
do.
It is. So yeah, that's going to be 10 damage from that crossbow bolt.
Okay. Describe his demise, but one thing I'll interject before that. What he was reaching for on his side, he was bringing on up. He doesn't get it quite to his mouth. It's a horn.
A horn, nice.
Go with it, Vince.
Yeah, I will. So as he's bringing up this horn, you see me after I rubbed like my head and letting out a scream. I take aim, and the arrow actually flies into his wrist, and then goes straight through the wrist and into his his neck, and yeah, he drops the horn and falls backwards.
Okay, sweet.
Beautiful.
So what are you guys doing now?
I'm actually going to grab the second to the last arrow that was flung through. I'm actually going to dig it out of the body, and I will give it to, let's see here. I'll give it to Banwis,
Okay.
and we'll tell him to protect this arrow. This is your goblin or your kobold killer. And I'll actually name it something in let's see, in Draconic, Dracinus. Let's see if I can come up with something. Dracinus Mortil, like mortal. So and so.
Dragon killer.
And I'm gonna actually pocket the horn that the guy that I killed was reaching for, and I'm gonna shove it in my backpack.
All right.
I'll take the arrow and put it back in my quiver, right in the middle, and I'll say thank you. That's some impressive killing work you displayed there.
Couldn't have done it without you guys. It takes teamwork and sometimes practice. You'll get it. You'll understand what I mean.
Oh, I hope you guys don't mind this. And I kind of just wag my tail about, and it has this dagger bound to the end of it.
And I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to wave around, and I'm like, why would I worry about a dagger at the end of your tail?
Now, do you feel threatened?
Why would that matter? I'm trying to figure out, and you're getting the sense of like, I'm not understanding where you're coming from.
Yeah, at that, I kind of just pull back my hood, showing him my horns that have one curl and then go straight up.
Okay.
Look at him.
And I'm looking, and I'm like, and you can see my facial like, I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. I'm not getting it.
And Jordan is a bit less worldly, coming from a farm, and he would just look at this, and he would try to hide it, but you would see him like take a step back and sort of his eyes widen a little bit, but he would try not to show it out of courtesy. But
How about what about Alfie?
What was that?
What about Alfie? How's he in this creature revealing himself?
Well, he probably picked up on that like already, so he would maybe be a bit stay to my side a bit closer. Like he probably didn't need the reveal of the cloak to be able to tell that this was something other than a human. So.
I'll look at him and I'll kind of realize it'll click. Like a joke has gone over my head, and I'll click onto what he's trying to show me. And I'll look at him and I'll say, we have to take care of each other, because if no one else is going to do it. I have fought by many men of many races, dragons, dwarves, elves, gnomes, even dark elves. It don't matter. As long as your heart is with what we are fighting for, and your blood fights for what we believe in, we have your back, as we should expect to have yours have our back. So if you're worried about your race, you're talking to the wrong one. That doesn't matter to me. What matters, and I'll point where I believe would be his heart. And I'll actually touch him and I'll say, it depends what's in here. And I'll drop it and we'll start heading to the way I need to go.
Just kind of taken aback by these words. It's always been something that you needed to hide in the city, so I'm just kind of standing there stunned for the first time, being recognized not as a tiefling, but as, well, an adventurer. And I just silently just follow.
Because Vince and Alfie and Gabe, you're used to a lot of that because you stop and you look at Ivar, who is Dragonborn.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Sort of lost my weirdness virginity to Ivar.
Well, it will be nice not having to have this tail curled around my leg all the time.
Was that why you were limping?
Yeah, it was.
Lucky. You're lucky it's only a tail, mate. My knee got shattered a while back, and I'm still limping from that. The worst part is, it was my own doing. Like, I just tumbled down a set of stairs and just crashed my knee. So, I trade that knee for a tail any day.
Well, I'm glad to see that knee doesn't affect your crossbow skills, friend.
No, I'm a tough one. We were told not to bitch when we were young, so. Is there anything else on these bodies?
There's a parchment with the last one that had the horn.
Yep. I was checking that one because I was grabbing the horn. So.
That was there if you understand Draconic.
Nope. So I would just grab that parchment and just look baffled at it. And just turn it around, see if that matters. And I'm having trouble reading if it's in common even, so I'm like, nah.
But the Vince, you'll know. The one thing you will notice is the fact that the horn that you took.
Yep.
It looks like it's made out of the same type of horn that Sebastian just revealed.
Oh, right.
And are you showing the parchment to the rest of the party?
No, I'm just standing there struggling, so
Okay.
eventually they'll notice, I guess. And if they don't, I'm just gonna pocket it.
All right. If the rest of the party gets a chance to see it, I believe Gabe will be able to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe, are you muted?
Yes, I was. Sorry.
Ah.
So I'm trying to figure. Do you give it to me? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm just standing there
Oh.
struggling for a while, and then and then I'm just gonna pocket it.
Okay.
But,
Because I probably would have went forward from you. Because after my speech, I would have went forward, and you two would have been lingering a little back, so I wouldn't have seen you doing that. And I would actually be trying to look in the area. I mean, I'm not much of a ranger, but I've seen many of them. I've traveled with a couple of them. In particular, one of them. That's someone in my memory. And I'm just gonna try to mimic of what he's looking at. I'm looking at the area. I'm just trying to get closer into the swamp, and I want to be able to get there or move into it with ease. I don't really know this area too well, but I'm gonna try to see if we can get into it and then past it a little bit better. So I'm just kind of stopping, slowing down, looking, and then kind
All
of
right.
moving forward.
You'll see the water that's there. Some bulrushes, mounds of grass on like moss. The water is a little brackish.
Okay.
You see some swamp trees, forests that are scattered about, but not very thick. It's not
Yeah.
a thick forest.
mm-hmm.
Well, I'm willing to believe that we should still move carefully. These people look like they were guarding something, someone, or anything in particular. I think others might be nearby.
Yes. That's sort of why I took the horn as well, and maybe eventually we can get an advantage, like hide somewhere, sound the horn, see what comes at us. I don't know.
You guys talking about that as a party?
Yeah.
And then pull out my map just to get my bearings again, trying to figure out where I'm going. Because I mean, I literally don't know this area, the surroundings, and I'm just trying to get my bearings. And I know that I was supposed to go into the swamp, and I know it's right there. I just want to make sure that I head straight. And then I want to use something either above, around, as a trademark or landmark for once I'm in the swamp.
And seeing you sort of look for your orientation with this map, I will walk up beside you and say, I found this, and give you the draconic parchment thingy.
Oh, okay. Start looking at it and reading
You'll
it.
notice before you get to that, Gabe. You'll notice the answer to your scenario. There seems to be a large dead swamp tree,
Okay.
outreached branch that's heavy, almost like what you'd if you were in a spaghetti western call a hanging tree.
Okay. Got it.
And that's right on the edge of the swamp there, just about 15 yards on into the swamp. You can see the road from there.
Okay. Then that would be the way to go. And I'll start as I'm walking. I'll read what it was shown to me.
And draconic, and what you'll get from it is that the orders that were sent down to the kobolds there that have these lesser ones guard the bridge and warn the rest of the party or the clan of us upper lizards folk of any coming, whether friend or foe, while we do the Dark Queen's bidding, digging this tunnel over at the old ruins mound in the swamp.
Hmm.
All right, and I'll take a look at the map because it's saying in the swamp and then old ruins. I'll try to see if there's anything that represents a ruins of any type or anything that's in the map itself.
You won't on that map. You won't see an indication of a ruins or whatnot.
Okay.
But roll a nature check,
Nature. All right, here we go.
and all of you guys can help on out. Or
Yeah.
All right, so that's a 20.
all
But
right.
I don't know what I'm looking for because he didn't share this information with me, so I'm gonna go ahead and not roll.
Yeah, I would not know anything about anything nature.
20 would be fine. It's a difficult check, but it's not insurmountable, and 20 will work. And on the map, where there's like in the middle of the swamp area, there's that clump of trees. One would surmise that maybe, possibly, there would be more landmass than water and swamp and
Yeah.
bull rocks
Okay.
there.
And I'll point that out. I'll say, see that in a clump of trees, and I'll show him actually first the large swinging tree, the large swamp tree that's like, and then I will show the clump of trees, and I say, I believe where this note or speak of, and I said, I am sorry, you don't know the full story. They were to, their orders basically set for them that they were supposed to guard the bridge to warn for anybody passing by, friend or foe.
Wow, you can actually read that?
Well, it was training. It was lots of training beforehand. I will speak of that of another time. Right now, we need to get to that middle clump of trees.
Okay.
And
Let's go.
okay. And then I'll show him the right side, like, because I remember he probably gave it to me upside down, so I'll show him the right side. This is how he's supposed to read it, and I'll give it back to him just so he can kind of look at it.
And
And
I'm still looking baffled.
And I'll explain that they are digging in some ruins, and I believe with the way it is, that there's a landmass that's a little higher, if you can kind of tell. I don't know everything about it, but
I think you're right. There was a swamp near my parents' land, and the trees you're looking at, yeah, they don't grow in the water. So let's go.
excellent. And he's basically by him agreeing, he's backing me up. So my decision or the thought of this is correct. So I'm making him feeling more confident by doing that. I'm actually going to make them. Well, we're on the right track. We know where we got to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Your movement, this is going to be difficult terrain,
Mm-hmm.
so your movement's going to be at half
Yep.
in the swamp.
And even more so if we want to keep stealthy. So we're going to be moving at about 8 or 7 and 8. 7
Yeah, I'll
and
give
8.
you I'll give you the 8. I can be generous on this piece.
So this is kind of very difficult terrain for the dog, I suppose.
Yep, that's where you got to carry the little one.
Yep.
But Alfie licks you in the face every once in a while. He loves it. He likes being pampered on that.
On the shoulder.
All right. You'll actually, let me see. You guys will feel something that brushes your feet.
You see me just jump up and just, ah! What was that? What was that?
It's probably a fish. If you make too much excitement in the water, other things bigger than it may come around.
Yeah, but oh, this is not for me.
I thought you grew up around the swamp.
This was actually, what you felt was actually kind of big.
So, by things bigger than fish, you mean bigger fish, or what?
Let's
Just let.
push forward as fast as we can, and you see me just start to run through the swamp as good as I can. And with this dog and the limp, I'm just gonna go. Rah, 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 rah.
Up ahead, if you're paying attention, you'll see this mound.
Oh.
Hey, just being the coward I am.
I'm just laughing, I'm sorry.
That's alright.
I'm loving it. It's in character. So what are y'all doing?
Well, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah, he's running, and I'm actually going to use that as an advantage of, since we're kind of getting near it. I'm actually going to use that so that they are looking at him, and I'm actually going to swing to the left, pull out a crossbow as I reload a new bolt, and keep moving and follow him closely, but out more towards the left bank of him. And then,
and actually, in the hand that's not carrying Alfie, I'll pull out a sickle and I'll just hack at whatever is in front of me, and keep running.
So you'll be hacking at some Spanish moss.
Yep.
And Gabe's character will be to the east of you, however far he wants to put it. Sebastian, what are you doing?
I'm just trying to keep a straight line, trying to make myself walk. Even I'm just getting out my rapier and kind of poking anything in the water that I can't see, and my tail is up by my shoulder, since I don't want anything biting my tail. And I'm just trying to make my way through this swamp.
Okay, roll me a couple d20s.
What, all of us?
Just Sebastian, since he's
right.
poking water.
I get a 17.
Okay, you hit something hard with your rapier.
Like a rock, or?
It was kind of, it felt like a log.
Oh.
Roll your damage.
Oh, dang. Well, that would be an 8.
Okay. Now, roll your grapple check, your opposed strength.
Oh, something's going on.
Not strength. That would be. That's a D20, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, that would be a 10.
And you lose your rapier.
Oh.
It's ripped from your hand, and you see it swerving down the water in the swamp.
No.
No, I'm chasing after this. This is my most valuable object. It has huge vectional value.
All
So
right.
I'm chasing after it.
You're chasing after it.
My
Come
God.
back. That's mine. You can't steal from me. Just a swamp. I'm just chasing after this rapier, infuriated.
I'll look,
There's the scene.
yeah, I'll look back at the commotion
I
and
don't
the
even notice.
words,
I just keep going forward.
trying to figure out who he's talking to, and I'm thinking the small current stole his rapier, and I don't know what's come up this, so I have to circle back some to see if he actually needs help, or if, yeah, so I gotta have his back, so I'm gonna go towards him to figure out what's going on.
Well, how fast is this thing moving? This a log or a...
It's moving. This log or this rapier, because about all you see is the rapier out of the water. This brackish water is moving about at a 35.
Oh, that's gone.
Well, okay. I try to think more logically, and I get an arrow and I tie a piece of rope to it, and I try to shoot at my rapier.
Okay, shoot at your rapier.
Yeah, I'm trying to shoot at my rapier. Let's see if I can drag it in. Well, should I just roll it at 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a d20, see if you can hit the rapier.
And
I
you
can
can-
definitely hit my own rapier. I'm so good. Alright, so that would be 21 to hit my own rapier.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's what you were calling for. That's a called shot. 19. I'll let you hit your rapier.
Alright, so
The arrow bounces off the rapier.
Roll the damage.
I don't know what I'm doing. Alright.
I think you should aim at the water below the rapier, maybe.
Well, sorta. That would be a 6.
Okay. Your arrow with the string hits the rapier. You notice that it wraps itself around it, and it's able to do this because it bent the rapier
Oh, god dang.
just below the hilt.
Oh, I try to reel my rapier in, like, no, not the rapier, and it's just reel in this rope.
Roll your strength check.
God, why does it have to be strength?
Because as you're pulling, this thing's
Oh yeah,
moving
natural
against you.
20.
Hey! You
Why
love
are
your,
my rapier rolls the highest rolls?
yeah, you love your
Alright.
rapier, it seems.
You see this rapier fling back at you.
All right.
Make a dex save.
Actually, I will do that. I will make a dex save.
Alright.
I will try to make a dexterity check to try to catch it in the air.
You better have a good.
I'll count that as sleight of hand.
All right.
If everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I fail horribly.
This makes for a good natural 20s followed by natural 1s always make for a good story.
You're a halfling, right?
You know,
No, tiefling.
oh, he's a type.
Yeah.
Is it gonna?
So roll your rapier damage.
God. Don't kill me, rapier, please. I love you. It's 6. That would be 6 damage.
All right, take half of that.
Rapier, please.
And in your precious tail that you've been protecting and guarding, you have a bent rapier that's stuck in that precious tail for
No.
damage.
Oh God.
Horrible.
But it has an arrow on it, and it has a string or a rope, so to say. So you You haven't lost much of nothing but your pride.
Charles, you're really picking on the new ones today, aren't you?
Yeah.
And any surprise that you got, or stealth.
Wait, what?
Any surprise or stealth that you may have had?
Yeah.
Y'all kind of lost it.
Yeah, we figured.
That was, I try to, not look as hurt as I am. My tail is hurting a lot. And I'm just try to get this rope off the arrow and get the arrow into my quiver, and then I just hold my own tail. I'm trying to face the fact that I'm gonna have to pull my rapier out of my own tail. Just deep breaths. Okay. And I grab it and I just rip it out and I scream. It hurts so bad.
And you're surrounded
I'll try to
by 13 lizardmen.
No. And I'm still up ahead.
That's right.
Okay.
Rapier, please.
The suspense is killing me, but I'm gonna go for a toilet break.
All right, go ahead. We'll hold. What are you doing, Gabe?
Yeah, so...
I know you're trying to help, but this is going on in between.
Yeah. Yep.
You see this happen.
Yeah, so I'm seeing this, and now he's being surrounded by lizardmen coming up.
How many lizardmen did you say?
13.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Oh, how bent is this rapier? Like, was it the hilt that was bent or the blade itself?
It was below the hilt, 6 inches below the hilt.
Alright.
Okay, so I will try to make my way up as much as I can. Because first of all, I got to figure out how far he is, and then where the lizardmen were.
All right. This rather energetic and loud tiefling is probably about 45 feet up in front of you when you notice the lizardmen pop up out of the water and surround him.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pipe up, and I'm actually going to growl in a draconic, and I'm actually going to say, "Fools, what are you doing? You guys are supposed to be digging, not walking around looking for a stupid tiefling. I have him under my control. I will deal with him. You get back to digging now." And I'll make my voice more guttural and more like stern when I do that final.
Roll your intimidate.
Oh yeah, I was hoping you'd say that. Now I just gotta hope I roll good.
You better roll good.
Wow, 16, nice. So let me take a look at. I know it's pretty high.
They shake it.
Yeah, intimidation. Yep, that's a +5. So that will be a 21.
And they seem to shake. They're listening to you, but they seem to shake it.
All right, and well, and I'll actually pull out my rapier and I'll point in the direction where the trees that we were headed to originally, and I'll say dig. And then I'll say, because I know the mother, something about.
They'll turn to you and they'll say, "You follow us to Lilith."
And I was like, "Who do you think gave me my orders?"
Yeah, we don't care. They'll say, and this is all going in Draconic.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow them.
We'll let Lilith decipher this.
That's the one they want me to follow them?
Follow them too.
Okay. I will.
With Sebastian, or not, his character, kind of surrounded and in tow.
Okay. So what's the marching order? That's what I want to know the most.
They're gonna have Sebastian's character in front of them with these a combination of clubs and scimitars in their hand, and they're gonna have you in front. They're not gonna have you. You're going to be in front of them. They don't totally trust you, but they don't know what to make of you.
And I'll look at them and say, I thought you said follow. Why am I leading?
Because you're going to follow our orders, they're the one's going to say.
You are not in charge.
He's going to turn to you and say,
You are a little
"Who has
weakling.
that?"
Crap. Okay.
Over with, we'll let this stew a little bit here, and then now over to Vincent and Alfie, where you're hearing screams, and you got Alfie going yip 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 on his shoulders, running towards.
I'm just bolting towards that dry land.
Yep, you'll make it with all the splash and everything. The dry land. When you hit there, there's another 20 lizardmen waiting for you with scimitars and clubs. And in the back, you see this rather gorgeous but strange-looking humanoid-type woman with snake eyes. Now back to Gabe and Sebastian. I'll let you ponder that one, Vince.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn around and run again.
They're going to jump in front of you, and you see this big anaconda spring up out of the water with a little bit of blood oozing from its side. But for you, Vince. Now, back to the other part of the party.
I'm just holding my tail, my precious tail. I've put my rapier back in my belt. I'm just holding my tail, and I'm really scared. I have no idea what's going on. Everyone's talking a language that I don't understand, and I'm just standing here. Or I guess I'm marching.
That rapier does not fit in the scabbard.
No, I'm putting it in my belt, not in the scabbard.
And it sticks on out at about a 60-degree angle from the belt. The blade sticks out to the side.
Oh.
Gabe.
Yeah?
What are you doing? They're bringing you up to the hard land. You see the other lizardmen that have started towards Vince and Alfie.
Yeah.
And you see this big anaconda, or huge anaconda, spiral up out of the water to try to stop Vince's retreat. And which languages do you speak, Gabe, or understand?
Common, Draconic, and Thieves' Cant.
Okay. There's a strange language that this female humanoid spoke. Let's see here. I believe it's strange to you.
Well, if it's not Draconic, then yeah.
It's abyssal.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Okay. I don't even have that. I only have Infernal.
And it seems to be controlling this giant, huge anaconda.
Okay.
Yeah, since it's in front of me and I already had my sickle out, I'm just going to try and chop his head off with a sickle so I can flee.
Okay. Swing the hit.
Alright. Not too good. 10.
Alright, let me double check his.
Got aim anacondas.
Yeah.
Let me get to it here.
Man, so we're up against a snake, a woman controlling a snake, and 33 lizard folk.
And I'm not the one attacking.
Man, I've never seen anything go south this quickly before.
Like you walk in the swamp, everything happens.
Yep.
And I will actually whisper, if you would have just kept your wits about yourself, we wouldn't have been in this situation. And I'm not looking at anybody or saying a name. I'm just saying that.
Yeah,
Alright.
I wouldn't even hear it.
Yeah, just a little whimper, still holding my tail, and just motion to him. Just look him in the eyes with the look, with the best puppy dog look a half demon could try to make, and just mouth.
Alright.
And I'll be saying words like clumps of trees, bladder quest, VIP, vape hot, weird words, but in the long run, it's going to be...
Dracanic, she'll understand, and the lizard folk will understand.
Yep, I'm not saying that. I'm saying in Thieves' Cant. And I'm
Okay.
basically saying there's always a plan for when things go wrong. We have to let things present itself, and the plan will be made.
And Vince, what did you roll to hit?
10. So,
A 10?
no, yeah.
Alright. It hits, you hit the side of this anaconda, but it kind of bounces off. It seems
Yeah.
pretty tough. And it, let's see here. 17 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay, it wraps itself around you.
Oh, no.
What's your strength?
Sorry?
What's your strength?
12.
All right.
But do I need to roll a strength check, or?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. 4.
All right. You seem to be, you and Alfie, rolling for Alfie. Roll a dex for Alfie. See if he has.
Yeah, natural 1.
All right, Alfie's wrapped up, would you?
Oh.
You're not being crushed. There's no damage, but you're restrained. All right, back to Gabe and Sebastian.
Yep.
And she's looking at you and summing you on up, talking in now Draconic, and you see that the lizardmen are reacting, surrounding. They don't seem to be threatened by you, and she's asking in Draconic, "Why are you here?" And why? And to Sebastian's character, why have the depths of hell sent such a coward to talk to me?
He does not understand your words. And I'll say this in Draconic.
Okay.
And I don't remember her name. Freaking.
Lilith.
No, not Lilith. The other one. The
Dark Queen.
Dark Queen.
She's always been referred to And the adventure just is the Dark Queen.
Yeah, but it was something. It was in the letter that I was read. It did say the Dark Queen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You are behind schedule and you're digging. The Dark Queen has told me to come to make sure you guys were doing your duty, and then you have these little ones get in the way and not be digging.
Roll your deception or intimidation, whichever's better for you.
It don't matter. That was a 3.
Oh,
So you're looking at an 8 or a 9, I believe. Yeah.
You have her ear. Her roll wasn't that good.
Okay. Well, yeah. So
She's
Deception-
listening.
Yeah. Deceptions is a 7. The 8 is persuasion. So yeah.
I mean,
It's a little bit different.
her insight that she rolled was a 3 on the die, and her modifier isn't that much.
Never mind. That's the same number. I was looking at perception. I hate that. Okay. So they're the same number of 7.
So you have her ear. She's listening.
And as for the one you say came from hell, he's actually assisting me. Now, do I see not Vincent, Jordan?
Oh
Anywhere
yeah,
here?
you see Jordan, you see Alfie. They're kind of restrained by this big log-like snake that's wrapped around them, but they don't seem to be hurting. Just
Yeah.
scared.
And say that one right there was the one to introduce me, but for some reason you decided that you would want to capture us. And I'll even show them. Oh, can't show them. I don't have it anymore. He has the letter. Now, did that letter have a signet or a stamp on the outside? I remember.
Yes, it did.
All right.
It was Lilith's signet and signature.
Okay. So when it went to match anything that the Dark Queen.
The Dark Queen. You do have the parchment from the last adventure from the Dark Queen that was giving orders to the orcs and ogres and her lieutenants that were carrying the shard of the orb of chaos.
Okay, excellent. I'll use that. We should have had the orcs do this job and let you do something minuscule like take over a halfling village. I'll say something like that. Doesn't seem that you are well trusted. What say you?
She says, I'm very well trusted. My brother and my sister in arms, the Dark Queen, trust me wholeheartedly. My lord, Darzanan, I've pledged my soul to, and he has given me this task to complete for him.
Very well. Anyways, trust is not of the issue right now. What is of the issue is that I must return and make sure that she understands where you are. And if she wants to know why you're behind, but I can see that you are, and I'll try to calm her down with my words like, I'm backing you up. I will make sure I say something that's going to work for her benefit and yours. And as far as my herald needs to be let go so that we can return. Without him, I cannot enter the portal to meet her.
Roll your intimidation again.
All right. Well, that's not intimidation. It's more.
Or just whichever's better.
Oh, good. Thank God. That's an 18. So we're looking. Wrong one. 18, I believe
It don't matter. Her base roll was low again, so she's buying this
excellent.
snake
And
oil
I
that you're selling.
and like I said, I am a calm person. So even in the worst weird situations, I'm always calm, no matter what situation. Never raise my voice, you know. So
The only thing that she'll say in Draconic, stop that whimpering, piece of hellish trash.
that hellish trash is still mine.
Yes, but stop it whimpering.
And with that, I will look at
cowards.
yeah, I will take a step to the left, like towards Banwis. I'll give him a nod, like a real quick nod, and I'll backhand him, like I'm doing a backhand, and I'll swing, and I'll try to barely miss him as much as I possibly can, but enough to make a noise.
All right, we'll buy that no damage backhand slap.
And I just hope it's good.
That's good. She's saying that's the way you treat your subordinates. I can see that you are one of us. To have the true nature and the true, I hope, to destroy those lackluster scum of Illumina and bring the walls down.
Now, do you have anything for her? And I'll say it like that. Do you have anything for her that she is expecting? And I'll leave it at that.
So right now, she'll have this skin that's been used as a parchment from a human.
Okay.
And she'll write in the, she'll come over and poke that wound of your hellish one that's in the tail and draw some blood with the quill. And she'll write down the progress report that she has. And in that, in Draconic, she's going to say, Lady of the Dark, we've run into a hard wall. It has many enchantments. And it has these strange symbols, and she'll scroll them on out. Ancient symbols she doesn't know. And this is what is hindering our progress. And any assistance from you or Lord Darzanan will be much appreciated. And she'll give the symbols and like that, and I'll pass those on to you later.
Yep, no worries. And
what does Sebastian's character do when he gets his tail reopened with the prick?
He kind of got the hint that he was not supposed to be a bitch, but he definitely just tenses his face, tries to conceal the pain. You can definitely see him just holding his own leg, just sort of an outlet, because this is again very, very painful. It's just sort of his weak spot.
Oh, you whimpered one, she'll say in Draconic, to where Gabe's character can understand that one. Vincent, you and Alfie.
Yeah, I would panic, like being stuck there, and you see flashbacks of when I was a young kid, and I was playing in like the barn, and one of the big sacks of grain I was climbing on top of came down on top of me, and I remember that moment being stuck underneath it for hours, and until someone found me and picked me up from the ground there, and just seeing that flashback and being reminded of the farm, just seeing all the bloodshed that happened there, and I'm just gonna, my veins pop out, and I'm gonna grunt and keep struggling, completely oblivious to what
As
else
you
is happening
growl?
around me.
As you growl and you have the flashbacks,
Mm-hmm.
and Abyssal, she'll tell her pet to set you down, but she's going to ask you in common, what's your name?
My name is Jordan.
Jordan who?
Jordan Covington.
And she'll have a puzzled look on her face. She'll say, you look familiar.
Familiar.
As to looking somewhat like the Dark Queen.
Sorry, what was that?
She'll say, you look somewhat akin to the Dark Queen. Do you have a sister? She'll ask in common.
Yes, I do.
What's her name?
Her name? Her name is Helen.
Ellen?
Helen, yeah.
Ah, she'll say, and she'll sit back. And she'll turn to Gabe's character and say, you do travel in half-decent company.
And that was spoken in Draconic?
Yes.
Ah, shit. I'll just look very puzzled. What?
Oh, I'm confused. I thought she was talking the whole thing in common.
No, just that back to you. She's going to talk to you in Draconic.
Yeah.
Since it's comfort language to her and you.
And I'm just going to say, wait, you think you've seen my sister?
And I'll try to motion. He might need to see something. But I'm gonna try to like calm down. Like I'm putting my fingers at my side. Like you did good. I don't know what you did, but you did good. Leave it at that.
And
That whole motion.
she'll turn to Vince and say, I know your sister well.
Where is she?
We need to go.
No, where's my sister?
We need to go. We have a portal to open to go in, and I'll look
You
at you
don't
very.
understand. Where is my sister?
Okay, I'm looking at you very sternly. Like, yeah, we need to go right now. That is why you're released.
What are you doing? You're aware of everything that was in common.
Yeah. I'm at the mention of family. I'm puzzled. I'm trying to piece this all together because there's so much information. I'm trying to pick up snippets of Draconic even though I don't know it, and it's not making sense, and then suddenly this in common. I'm just sort of keeping my hands where they can't be seen, and just looking at Gabe for confirmation. And basically, at anything he'll do, I'll definitely follow.
And she'll turn. Lilith will turn to Gabe's character, who seems to be the one that she'll pick out as the leader, and say, and hand over that scroll on human flesh to him, and say, "This is what the Dark Queen needs to know."
And she shall.
And she'll say, "Harry forth."
What did she say?
Harry forth. Go forth.
Yeah.
To the Queen.
Very well. And I'll look at Jordan and I'll say, Harold, go before me, back the way we came. We will follow.
I can't leave. I need to know where my sister is.
Carry forth. Do not undermine me again. And I'll point towards where we came, and I'll say, travel forth. Make preparations for the portal.
Now. I'll look at Lilith again and I say, how is she doing?
She is doing, in common, Lilith will say she's doing fine. She's strong. She is worthy to this cause.
and we of many pledge our soul to her dark heart. Long live Helen, the Dark Queen.
And you'll see me, my eyes just in disbelief and a mix of fear, and you'll see me shrink like 5 sizes, and I will slowly turn around and start to back up, not knowing what the hell is going on. And yeah, I'll as fast as I bolted in here, that's how slow I'm gonna retreat now.
You will not be waylaid. My pets and my subordinates and minions will not waylay you.
All right, and I'll take the parchment, put it inside the cloak on an um, upper pocket on the inside, and then point to my herald and make preparations. And I'll look at the other one and I'll say, "Do not hinder them anymore." And I'll say this in common, and let's go.
You'll hear Lilith give a command in Draconic to the lizardmen, to a group of them, about 10, and she'll command them to go to the bridge and slay the kobolds that were there, for they did not warn her of the coming of this group of herald of the Dark Queen.
Trouble.
And she says in Draconic, and I'll look back, and I'll say, "I've already done that. You might need 3 more or 4 more." They did not. We came upon them, and I even laid at their feet, and they still didn't call. And I'll keep walking.
And she'll say, "Ah, well noted." And she'll, in Abyssal, tell her pet to travel those waters and guard them. And she'll tell those 10 lizardmen, "You stand guard. If 1 ounce of anything that passes there gets past you or my pet, all shall perish a painful death by my hand or the Dark Queen's. We will drink your soul and give it to Darzanan." You see them scurry off, and you see the wake in the water go that way to the bridge.
All right. Keep mental note of which way the motions are going, but I'll keep going. We'll go the way we did, and I'll sort of follow Jordan's character as he runs a little bit further.
I'm not running. I'm just absolutely zoned out, walking as slow as I can.
I thought you said as fast as you came, you were going that fast, and you
No,
were coming fast.
the opposite. Like I came very fast, and now I'm leaving as slow as I can.
And as we get a little further, and I notice he's doing this, I'll put my hand in front of him and go, "You got to make this look good. We'll talk about this later. Go. Go. Run."
Very absent-minded, and I'll start to sort of pick up the pace and just stare blankly in front of me.
Go. You are messing this up. And I'll slap him in the back of the neck just lightly to get his attention, because it doesn't look like he's paying attention to what's going on. It's not him. It's not Jordan right now.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta go. Go.
Yeah, I'll pick up the pace.
Okay, good. And as soon as he gets out of reach and he's nowhere near, I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit better. And I keep going, and I look back to this thing that's behind me, and I'm trying to give it that, like, keep up with me. And as he gets near me, I'm actually going to say, "Sorry for all that, but you did well. A presentation came close, and we have their plans. You have played a very meaningful part in this today. And as we kind of get on, I'll explain what was being said to them,
All right.
um, and how I don't know what you said about Helen and who this Dark Queen is, but somehow she named it Helen. If that's your sister, we have much to talk about as a group.
Yes,
And
she recognized me as she. I I don't know what to make of this. She said I resembled her. I haven't seen her since in years, and uh, oh, I need to see
oh,
her.
well, if this is your sister, then wow. Otherwise, yeah. But we got to get this note to um, to the military so that they can know exactly where to be ready and have. And I believe that place where they're digging may be a good stronghold. But first, we must defeat these, and we can't do this amongst just ourselves. But knowing where they are and knowing their pattern of where they're going to be at this bridge, we could actually um, get the jump on them
And
if need be.
as soon as I feel like we are out of sort of range of the people we just
Oh
encountered,
yeah, this is
I'll,
way.
yeah, I will take out like a bottle of wine and just hit it and hit it and hit it. It's the only way Jordan knows
Once you get once you
how to
get
deal with
past the
stuff.
bridge, because you all go to the bridge, because that's the way that you came from. You'll see the hanging tree, the bridge. You'll see the 10 lizardmen that seem to be tracking behind you. They stop at the bridge. You'll head towards off the bridge on the road. I'll assume no problem. You'll see the swirl in the water up and down underneath the bridge from her pet, and you'll be able to start imbibing in the wine, and you'll head towards, I imagine, Illumina,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have no issues getting to Illumina from the old trade route,
Hmm.
and you'll be able to get into the guild and see Pinkus, if
As
that's
soon
what you guys are attempting to do.
as soon as I get into the guild house, I will find a chair in a corner somewhere and just sit there and stare and sip the wine.
And as soon as I
Pinkus
see
asked.
Pinkus, I'll give him the parchment. We have
Okay.
much to talk about.
And Pinkus asked what happened to him, pointing towards Jordan.
Yeah, and I said that is what needs to be talked about. There's much more
All right. And
than
so,
we knew.
Sebastian, your character, Pinkus was saying, why are you holding your tail so?
There was an accident, let us put it at that. And I just take my cloak to conceal my now damaged rapier. There was unfortunate damage along the road.
All right, back to you.
And
What is this that we need to talk about, Pinkus to say?
oh, I thought you were gonna fade to black. Well, I'll give him everything he needs to know. I'll let him know exactly what happened, the parchment, what it means, what is written. I'm I'm sorry, it's a little tiring for me right now.
We're going to wrap this up.
Yeah, basically, I'm going to give him the synopsis of basically everything that did happen, and I'll give him, we know the name of the Dark Queen now.
And Pinkus was saying we were afraid of this. They hit upon a vault that's protected by great magics, that has another part of the shard, and we think some tomes that lead to the other locations. And this Lilith confirms our fears on where the Dark Queen came from and who it is.
Do I hear this?
Yes.
What do you mean confirmed who the Dark Queen is? You knew who the Dark Queen was?
We've had some intelligence from other members and parties that brought back that it may have been your sister, Helen, that was captured and kidnapped.
And you didn't tell me this?
We needed to confirm it. We weren't sure. Now, we're still not sure, but we're more confident that that's who it is, that she lives, and she's worked her way up through the dark.
You mean you used me?
Pardon?
You mean you used me?
No.
Well, it sounds like that. It sounds like you just needed me for confirmation. I can't believe this is happening.
I'll put my hand on Jordan, and it says, not everything is towards you despitefully. Sometimes things, if it wasn't her, you would have been glad nothing was told to you. But now that we do know, it has nothing to do about you being used. It was to make sure the information was correct, and it is dissatisfying that the information is. Do not take it personal.
Yeah, I'll make my way up to him and kind of tap him on the shoulder. I know what it's like when family does things. Things that might seem cryptic. Things that might be for seeking power, for seeking magic, for seeking wealth. But do know that that woman, no matter what it is, might not be your sister. Family is what you make of it, friend. Family is always what you make of it.
She's the only one I have.
Pincus will say that we don't hold this against you. We understand she's done what she has to survive once she was kidnapped. Whatever blood or evil that she does,
if it is her, promise me.
If it is her, we don't know 100%.
If it is her, promise me one thing. Promise me I will get to be there when the time is right, and you guys have to face her. If that time comes, promise me I'll get to be there, and promise me I will be there to talk to her before anything happens to her.
Pincus will give the guild's promise that you'll be there and that you'll have an opportunity to sway her to the light and back away from the dark. We
Good.
know that she's had to do what most in the land has had to do.
In that case,
overrun.
Your word doesn't mean as much to me as it used to, seeing that you sent me in there with this knowledge without sharing it with me. But I have to take this opportunity to see if I can finally be united with my sister. You can count on me to be there.
He'll give you, Pincus will give you a writ in the guild paper and give you his signet on it, that by all the power of the guild or him, if at all possible, he will ensure that you're there at that moment when we face the Dark Queen, so you can validate whether or not it is your sister or not, and we'll give you an opportunity, as long as it doesn't cost lives, to sway her to the cause of good.
All right.
And you have that all in writing and with hot wax going down, and from his signet ring, his stamp.
I will shake his hand, and with the watery eyes that I have, I will look him straight in the eyes, which is something Jordan doesn't often do, and I will say, all right, I can sort of understand why you didn't disclose this information earlier, but thank you for this. Thank you.
You'll all get 100 gold pieces for bringing back the information.
All right. So what was
Plus,
the fee again? 5% or something?
10%.
Ah, yeah.
Plus, from this, with the scroll and the information being so valuable, he'll waive that 10%, or he'll pay that 10% out of his own pocket.
All right.
And he'll give you some script on it that says that you have 50 gold pieces worth of value that you can spend at the Pincus Unnamed Guild's mercantile, and he'll point that that's right next door.
Okay.
And you'll be able to replenish what supplies and stores that you'll need with this script, and there'll be standard prices from out of the player's handbook.
All right.
And he'll pat you on the shoulder and say, remember, this guild is your family. This guild will cover your back as long as you're an honest member. And we will do all, even if it's painful, to support the guild and its members. And if we can save her, we know we'll do what we can, if it is her.
That means a lot.
And he'll turn to the rest of you, and you all have that same script. And he'll turn to Sebastian's character and say that if you so desire, we can make arrangements to have your tail healed.
That would be much appreciated.
But it will cost you your script at the mercantile.
Really? Why is he playing in that game?
Is that agreeable?
That is very agreeable. Thank you.
Why is he playing?
He'll hand you a potion of healing. You'll have 15 points of health back from the potion.
Awesome. I look,
And he'll ask if you need a place to rest.
that would also be much appreciated.
And he'll call Riverwood over, and he'll show you to one of the guild's common rooms where you can lay your head. And Pincus will say, we'll be back to talk to you on further missions. Hopefully, you'll have more heart and less concern upon your visage and being such a pretty boy.
I'll before I leave, I'll turn to the others.
All right.
You have shown me great kindness, all of you. You should know that it is appreciated.
And Pincus will say to Gabe's character and to Jordan, rest, eat, meet back here in the morning, and we will discuss the details of what you've found,
Still here?
and then we'll make plans to try to defeat this threat to Illumina.
I'll nod in agreement, and very well, Pincus.
And we'll fade,
I will
fade
turn
to black
All right.
as this goes. Go ahead, Jordan.
Yeah, I was going to turn to Ezreal and put a hand on his shoulder and say, I don't know what you said there in this tongue you speak, but I believe you did well. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Each of you will get 1 point of inspiration for your avoiding the goblins and the owl bear.
Owlbear, nice.
Oh, damn.
As far as that, and kept the stealth of the mission up until the end.
Yep. Sorry about
Yeah.
that, but I just had